Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez and I'm here today with Jeff Mull. Before we start, I have to plug another show that we did.
Yes.
We did a special edition of Out and About because there's so much going on the third weekend of September.
The month of September is going to be busy, and this marriage of Lincoln Calling and the Lincoln Arts Festival is something to talk about, really, and so much excitement. Streets Alive coming up, and you and I talked off air that there is so much more to talk about every month. It seems like our calendar, from an out and about standpoint, is a plethora of events at this point.
We're going to do 2 segments today.
Ooh,
you and me.
So I get a break.
Yeah, you're going to get a break.
I get my own break. Yay.
We want to mention Lincoln Calling, Lincoln Arts Festival, Streets Alive, Play on Peace Street, Harvest Moon Festival, all happening Husker by weekend.
Smartly placed, yes.
So, and I know lots of people have weddings that weekend too. So.
It's a busy weekend. I mean, and those off weekends, it's something. So we're excited about September. We've had a lot of people calling our office from the region. People from Iowa saying, hey, we hear this great music and art event. We see these great street festivals. Tell us more. That's what we get paid to do every day, and we have a good time doing it.
All right. Well, make sure you catch the special edition Out and About on LNK TV or on YouTube. And now we're going to go with our regular show.
All right.
And we're going to start off with more things happening the third weekend of September because we couldn't fit them all in the special show.
No, and we have a few rooms left in the city to sell, so come one, come all.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's happening at East High, but I have never been to the NSAA building there, right by Haymarket Park, and I hear it's really incredible.
It's amazing. Chuck Johnston, Mike Rasmussen, the 2 guys that are overseeing the efforts of the High School Sports Hall of Fame. Great destination for high school history. Everybody's going in there saying we've got to go back time and time again because there's so much to see, so much great history. But their Hall of Fame induction ceremony will happen at Lincoln East, an amazing opportunity to honor those that have served high school athletics. But coming back to the museum, go see it, Diane. I will personally take you over there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Let's go on a date. Let's go over there and see the place.
Don't tell your wife.
I know.
All right. Well, if you're not worn out from all the festivals that weekend, there are 3 runs, well, sort of runs, we want to talk about. First is the kids get a chance to catch a cop.
Yeah, this is a neat event. The Catch a Cop 1 Mile Fun Run will be coupled with the 5K Foot Pursuit. I love the use of the police terminology here. There will be bouncy houses, obstacle courses, face painting. This is a lot of fun going on at Mahoney Park and a great opportunity to interact with our law enforcement agencies, with kids and families.
And each kid gets 5 police badge stickers to arrest the officers.
That's awesome.
I want to do that.
Awesome.
All right. JDRF Walk is coming up that same weekend. This is, of course, the huge fundraiser to fight type 1 diabetes. And last year, the grand total raised last year at this one event,
$290,000.
$290,000. They have over 4,000 participants. It's all for a great cause.
You know, we have talked to Charlie Meyer for years about that date that he hosts this event. He said, Jeff, I can't move off of this date for JDRF because it makes such a huge impact on this community as well as those with type 1 diabetes. Great benefit, great opportunity to walk with your family, friends, relatives, your dog, you name it. Fun opportunity to help save some lives.
All right. Finally, a run that I can participate in. This is the unbeatable 0.5K.
546 yards to be specific.
That's right.
Can you do this?
I can do this.
All right. This will be at the rail yard. This is going to be a lot of fun. I love reading this. They're talking carb loading, caffeine pit stops, post-workout meal options, rehydration stations, beer. Lots of great things going on. The neat thing about this, joking aside, is 100% of the proceeds benefit the Autism Society of the state of Nebraska.
And the other part I love is they give you the medal at the beginning.
Right.
Because you're already a winner.
It's a participation award. I love it.
Don't be confused. Unbeatable 0.5K.
0.5.
0.5.
That's not a lot, folks. Get out and do it.
All right. The kids are going to be out for the Pumpkin Run. I say pumpkin.
You did.
Pumpkin Run, October 5th at Seacrest Park, the largest run of its kind in the nation.
This is a cool deal. Nebraska Sports Council, again, does so many great events. They continue to grow the course. Actually, this will be a new course at Pioneers Park. So if you're watching and saying, is this the same old course at Pioneers Park and Seacrest? Completely different. Dave, Scott, Linus have walked the course. It's going to be challenging, but yet fun for children of all ages. There's opportunities, by the way, to go to the Sports Council website as we speak to adopt an athlete.
Oh, cool.
We want every athlete in the city of Lincoln, Lincoln Public Schools, parochial school students to participate. And if you can't get it done, there's an adopted athlete program through their website.
And you can call it Pumpkin if you want.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. All right. Some of the farmers markets have closed for the year, but some have many dates left. The Haymarket Farmers Market goes through October 12th. The College View one, which has been in its new location for a while now, goes through October 27th. And they have 2 fall markets at Fallbrook, September 12th and October 10th. Time to get out there and get those late season veggies.
We've got plenty of time. I mean, we're going through the month of October with a lot of these, and it's just such a fun event. Great place to see people and pick up veggies for some cooking, baked goods for baking, and just overall stocking the cupboard at home.
That's right. Now, if you're in the market for some art, you want to check out Art in the Garden. Julia Noyes at the Noyes Art Gallery gets her artists out there in the garden, and they do art that complements whatever Steve and Alice have planted that year.
Yeah, this is the 7th annual event. Over 50 artists taking place in this. They do have a rain location. If it doesn't happen at Sunken Guards, they're going to go not too far away to the Ald Rec Center at Antelope Park.
All right. We mentioned Steve Nozzle and Alice Reed from Parks and Rec. They design the garden every year, and the theme this year is Moon River. So
I just about saying it, but anyway.
we'll save everyone from that.
Yes, thank you.
Right. The zoo has a special event for visually and sensory impaired individuals.
Yeah, you have the opportunity to touch, feel, hear, and smell through this interpretive station exhibit at the zoo. Nebraska organizations across the state of Nebraska will engage these visitors at each stop. The sensory safari is possible through a partnership with the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission. So great to see the zoo working with the state agency.
Another event that involves a lot of partnerships, the free First Thursday Noon Brown Bag Series. This one features the famous bird nerd, Jason.
Jason, this month's topic will be suburbia, enjoying Nebraska birds in urban settings. Join Jason, who is the Director of Education and Outreach with the Audubon Society of Nebraska. Great opportunity to partner. All Things Green series is ongoing, and this will take place at the Jane Snyder Trails Center.
And this comes to you from Nebraska State Arboretum, the UNL Institute of Ag and Natural Resources, Lincoln Parks and Rec, and the Lincoln Downtown Association. So should be a fun event. All right, if you've never been on a walking tour with Ed Zimmer, you must try it. And his Wyuka tour is one of the eeriest and coolest.
And most informational.
Well,
I mean, Wyuka Cemetery
there's
is
so much
just
history out there.
loaded with history. Ed Zimmer, a one-of-a-kind guy that knows more about the city of Lincoln. I learn more from him every time. I think maybe I've heard it all, but I haven't. And go along on this. The architecture, the landscape, the history of Wyuka, presented by Ed Zimmer. Just a great opportunity to enjoy some fall weather.
All right. We had the Czech Festival featured here on one of our previous shows, and they're going to get together and look into their histories. So many people from Czechoslovakia settled here in this part of the country.
Yeah, they'll take a look at the settlement areas in Lincoln. Everybody's going to get together to celebrate their heritage. They're going to do bus tours around the Lincoln area, have live performances as well as regional music. The Czech heritage, the Germans from Russia heritage, we've all got a little bit about in us. And if we grew up in Lincoln, a lot of our history is based there. So this is a great opportunity to celebrate that heritage.
And we've been having a great debate because my folks from the Czech Festival told me it's actually Kolach, not kolache.
Oh my, we're
Yeah.
Kolach.
So I've been trying to confirm that.
Drop the E, Kolach.
And for now, I'm just saying delicious.
Yummy.
Gooey, yes, very good. All right. People mark their calendars every year for the City Library book sale. The 18th is kind of a pre-sale Wednesday. There is a charge for that, but the rest of the weekend's free.
Lancaster Event Center, plenty of room to have the books on display.
All right. Also, lots of animals at the event center as usual. We've got, starting out with a couple horse shows, we've got the Turn and Burn and the National Versatility Ranch Horse National Championship Finals. That sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, and that's going to be along with the Llama Show, the NDA Schooling Show Championships, the Greater Lincoln Obedience Club Agility Trials, wrapping things up with the Husker Valley Cluster Dog Show. Never a dull moment at the Lancaster Event Center, and kudos to Amy Dickerson and her staff for loading this calendar. It's up to us as Lincoln residents to go out and enjoy the entertainment that they bring in.
And I understand the llama show, they'll probably have alpacas there too.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have horses, llamas, alpacas, and dogs.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Good variety.
Yes, it is. Well, Jeff, we're going to take a break now. This may be a first for you. You get to actually take a break on Out and About. We're going to be back with a look at music and theater events. And as we go to break, we'll look at what's happening at our museums and galleries. Please enjoy Jeff Mull's first Out and About break.
Makeup.
Welcome back to Out and About. I can assure you Jeff did enjoy his break. Got a little shine off your nose there.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Ready to go
Awesome.
again.
Looks
All right.
good.
We're going to start by talking about beer. There are so many breweries now in Lincoln.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. But we want to talk about a fun pop-up event. And one of the brewers involved is kind of the one that started it all, Empyrean.
Empyrean Brewing Company, as well as Moran's Liquor Works, have teamed up in bringing you The Lot, an urban beer garden and food truck rally coming to 8th and L, which is Empyrean Brewing's warehouse, taking up a lot of space over there with food trucks and craft beer, yard games, live music. Kind of a neat event. I love the pop-up events.
I do. This sounds really good, and probably a lot of people haven't been over in that 8th and L area. It's kind of going to be a new up-and-coming part of town.
Yeah, as we grow south with the development through the Haymarket and Rail Yard, that's the next step, and great way to kind of get a preview of what's going to happen in that area.
All right. Some of the summer music series are winding down, but we do have some. There's always live music in the
Yes.
capital city. Capital Jazz Society, of course, every Monday night at their semi-new location, Shea Soto.
Yeah, our neighbors at 11th and K will have great music from September through October. Monday night, big band, first Monday jazz jam, Brian McCune and friends. Lots of great things. Artsincorporated.org if you want to get a full list of the entertainers.
All right. The Lincoln Community Foundation Garden Performance Series is winding down. The last one is September 25th, but you can enjoy a lot of great music there in the garden before then.
It's such a great break over the noon hour if you work in downtown Lincoln. If you want to go down and have some food, grab some food on the way, bring a bag lunch, sit down and enjoy some great music in a great setting. Takes you away from your downtown hustle and bustle a little bit. They're right there nestled at the LCF Garden at 14th and N.
And the fall weather is perfect for
Oh,
that.
beautiful.
Also, for the next two we're going to talk about, Telegraph District Summer Concert Series continues through September 18th.
Yeah, we talked about Lincoln Calling. Things prior to that will be Spare Change on the 4th, the B Street Band on the 11th, a Lincoln Calling kickoff party on September 18th. All ages, furry friends are also welcome. I love that last
So
part.
now you have the beard. You qualify as a furry
I
friend?
can actually go now. Awesome. So excited. Will you take me?
I might.
Okay, as your
I
furry
might.
friend.
All right. Last night I went to my first Hub and Soul event there at Union Plaza. The weather was great, the setting was great, the music was great, the beer was great. I just had such a great time, and a few more opportunities to catch this new music series.
Yeah, the McGovern String Band on the 5th, the 12th of September, a Ferocious Jungle Cat. Love the names of these new bands. September 19th, Jack Hotel. The music of Jack Hotel, one of my favorite local bands. Put on a great
Really?
show, and Hub and Soul, the place to be on Thursday nights.
And we want to thank Parks and Rec, Susan Rodenberg, Parks and Rec Foundation. Yeah, really, really good addition to the summer calendar. Let's talk about theater now. The Angels Company Salon Reading Series is kicking off another year. This is staged readings of contemporary plays, and there's a talk back after each one. First Sundays of the month, and it's at a new location, Turbine Flats.
This year's theme is Breaking Boundaries. You talked about stage readings of contemporary plays with talkback sessions after each one. I've not experienced this. Have you had a chance to be a part of one of
I
these?
go to almost all of them.
So
yeah, they're
what
great.
are people going to take away from this?
It is an opportunity to see some plays that you might not otherwise see because, or to hear the plays
Right.
because you don't have all the production expense involved in a reading. So
Gotcha.
you get to hear the language of the theater.
It's like It's like a concert unplugged.
It's pretty cool.
It's like an
It's
acoustic
pretty cool.
version of, I don't know, I'm trying to make an analogy that I can get. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody else.
Check it out. There is
Yeah.
a kickoff event on September 8th. All right, Nebraska Wesleyan has a couple of plays. They have a jam-packed season there. I did go see Footloose.
Awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Yes.
I still have the songs running through my head.
Yes, so many good songs.
80s flashback. But we talked about this one a little bit last month. Gloria, mature audiences for this one.
Yeah, story of 7 disgruntled writers bickering for the chance to get away from the office monotony and cover a singer's death. A lot of grappling, a lot of different dark subjects taking place during this. But again, keep an eye on this. Production is for mature audiences, as you mentioned.
All right, and then they're doing one for kids. Newsies, and this is Nebraska Wesleyan's first Disney production.
That's right. Jack Kelly is a charismatic newsboy and a leader of a teenage band in New York. Great opportunity to learn the story of Jack and his Newsies as they fight for what's right. Again, the first Disney production at Nebraska Wesleyan. Congratulations to them for taking on this challenge.
That's
and
right.
taking a complete turn from a very dark, dark subject early on in their season.
That's right. Well, I'm hearing lots of buzz about the Ring of Fire, the Johnny Cash musical at the Playhouse.
Those are songs I think a lot of people remember. I Walked the Line, A Boy Named Sue, Folsom Prison Blues, all the great hits that Johnny Cash brought. This will be on stage at the Lincoln the Lincoln Community Playhouse coming up in the month of September.
All right. Shakespeare is for everyone. Flatwater Shakespeare is presenting Macbeth. If you haven't seen Macbeth and you're a fan of Game of Thrones, you should know that this is considered one of the inspirations for Game of Thrones.
Oh, the haunting meditation is on power's seductive attractions and corrosive effects.
There you go.
Need I say more? Wyuka Stables, another neat setting in Lincoln for play productions.
And the Flatwater Shakespeare's founding artistic director, Bob Hall, is coming back to direct this one, and that makes it
Nice.
extra special
Nice.
as well. All right, let's do the time warp again. Rocky Horror is back at Tada.
I think we see a version of the Rocky Horror Picture in Lincoln every year, but when I see that Bob Rook is behind the one at the Tada Theater, you know this is going to be really cool. The Scandalous Frankenfurter, Rippling Rocky, Rascally Riffraff, and Vivacious Magenta will all be on stage as part of the Rocky Horror Show. Great songs, great production. Love the venue at the Tada Theater for this setting.
That should be really fun.
Yes.
Really fun. Omni Arts has come up with an event, a theater event based on the life and work of Anne Burkholder. And this
Yes.
sounds just like a really beautiful production that involves music, dance, storytelling, and makes us fall in love with Nebraska all over again.
And we need to fall in love with Nebraska all over again, and there's so much to see. And to do a piece that's inspired by Anne Burkholder says a lot. Those of us that know Anne know what she has done for this community when it comes to art and all of her inspiration. And to have the opportunity to do this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it's at the Johnny Carson Theater. The Nebraska Repertory Theater is kicking off its season with The Legend of Georgia McBride. I've got my tickets for this one. Looks like a lot of fun.
He's young, he's broke, his landlord's knocking at the door, and he just found out his wife is going to have a baby. What a poor guy.
And then he gets fired from his gig as an Elvis impersonator. And what can he do? Wait and find out.
Go find out. Lead
Go find
Center,
out.
Johnny Carson Theater, The Legend of Georgia McBride.
All right, we're going to have a list of all the events coming up at the Lead Center as we go to our next break, but I did want to mention this one in particular, Brooklyn Rider. Paul Barnes is involved in this production. You'll recall that Paul Barnes' collaboration with the celebrated composer Philip Glass was the Mayor's Arts Award winner last year. And Paul speaks very highly of Brooklyn Rider, the string quartet, and it should be a really special concert with a very local flavor.
Yeah, and their collaborations you might know through some of the music of Sting, Elvis Costello, as well as Bella Fleck, and the two of them together, just the inspiration that will happen. A wonderful facility at Kimball Hall, part of the Lead Center for Performing Arts series, and a lot of great things going on. Look forward to going into the break and seeing what else the Lead Center is doing. And
There's a lot.
So much to do, Diane. It's just load the calendar, folks. Find something different to do every week, and hopefully this show helps you kind of discover some new things in Lincoln.
All right, they've got orchestra, a couple comedians, Texas tenors, Chinese arts. We'll have the list as we go to break here. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us for two segments this
You bet.
this
It's my privilege.
month.
Wow,
All right.
what a great honor.
Exciting time in Lincoln.
It is. We're looking forward to Husker Game Days, and we want people, when they want to know more about what's going on in Lincoln, visit our website at lincoln.org. give us a call at 434-5348 or stop down to our visitor center at 7th and P. We've always got cold water. Ask them for a cup of coffee. We have coffee down there too.
All right.
But it's a great place to start your adventure.
All right, thank you so
You
much,
bet.
Jeff. As we said, we're going to run the list of Lead Center events as we go to break. And then Tom Lorenz will join us from Pinnacle Bank Arena and we'll wrap up the Pinewood Bowl season, so stay with us. Welcome back to Out and About. Tom Lorenz joins us now. We've got our two final shows at Pinewood Bowl to talk about, and they're big ones.
They're big shows. It's been a great season out there. Weather's been beautiful, and the crowds have been huge. We've had some really special nights, and that was our 7th year, and so we're about to wind it up. But you're right; these are two really big shows, and so the first one is on September 5th. Texas singer Cody Johnson and friends. His special guests, 90 music icon Mark Chestnut and Georgia native Jacob Bryant. Lots of stuff to say about Cody. He signed with Warner Music Nashville, and his first album, Ain't Nothing to It, debuted in 2019 as the #1 album on the Billboard chart, and also as well as the #1 digital album sales for all genres. So this is big time. He's really on the way up. It's nice to catch him at this point.
Yeah, he's got a great name for country music.
He does. It's perfect, and he kind of patterns what he does a lot after Garth Brooks, and so it's really good. Mark Chestnut, a 90s icon, classic singer of the First Order, and big guys like George Jones, George Strait, echo that this guy is one of the best. And then the newcomer, Jacob Bryant, is really on his way up also. His popular songs include Save My Soul, This Side of Sober, Too Late to Turn Around, Country Went to Hell, and Up in Flames. You can kind of get a pattern there. That he maybe sings a little bit more on that, crying side of country as opposed to something else. But really, really good music, and that'll be a really fun weekend. That's Friday night before the football game. Come on out, have a great time, and then get ready to go see the second game for the Huskers.
And then get ready to see Steely Dan.
Steely
Are there
Dan.
any tickets left for this
There
one?
are some tickets left for Steely Dan, and there's some it's actually a few kind of spread all around, so you can still get a really good variety of tickets. These guys started in '72. They've sold more than 40 million albums worldwide. You'll recognize a lot of the songs: Reelin' in the Years, Ricky Don't Lose That Number, FM, Peg, Hey 19, Deacon Blues, Babylon Sisters, all of this stuff, and they continue to make albums. They are just so good. I saw them a couple years ago down in Kansas City. It's one of my favorite shows, and I think I mentioned before, this is the show I've waited 7 years to do out at Pinewood Bowl. So this will be awesome, and having them outside at the bowl is going to be great.
Remind me, did we have to move any shows indoors this year?
We have not, so
That's
it
great.
all worked outside.
Oh, knock on wood.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, so far it's been good, and the weather keeps cooperating. We always have that backup option, and that's really nice. We've over the years have saved some shows that way, and but this year it's been good so far, and we'll kind of see how it goes next. So.
All right. Everybody's excited about Husker Hoops, and they've kind of changed up the opening event this year.
They've really made it a big deal, and with a new coach, with Fred Hoiberg and his whole staff there, and basically a whole new team, it's really a great time to celebrate and to introduce everyone. So they really kind of blew it out for this, and so on the 27th, 6 o'clock doors, 7 o'clock event start. We'll have Husker intro. There'll be lots of video and music. The guys will go out and do a couple halves of shoot around and play, and you'll see some of them be able to exhibit their great skills. And then afterwards, we're going to have a concert, and it is, I think it's been announced, it's Rick Ross that's coming out for the concert. They'll be on the north end. We'll have that bleacher pushed in a little bit, and so we'll be able to transition into that very quickly. Very cool. So lots of things happening in that one time. I'm sure they're going to have some giveaways. You'll see cheerleaders and everything else. This will be a really fun time to start to think about basketball. And right after that, September 27th, near the end of October, we start with the exhibition games. So at least this way you kind of have a better sense of who the players are. We get to cheer Fred really officially, and all the other coaches.
Now this event is free. Do people need to purchase any kind of ticket or anything?
I think they
to get
need
in?
to go on the website, the Husker University of Nebraska website, and kind of reserve their tickets.
Okay.
So they've already got tickets assigned all the way through the lower bowl. We're up into the 200 level. We may go all the way up into the 300 level. So it'll be great. There'll be a lot of energy. And it's really going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. But thanks for asking about tickets. Yeah.
It's free, but you need to reserve
You
your
need
ticket.
to reserve those
All
seats. Yeah,
right.
you're not paying for those tickets this time.
All right, you're going to sneak in a few shows before things get started with basketball.
Right.
Disney on Ice is back.
Really a big deal, and it's really nice to have them. They're October 3 through 6th. I think it's 5 or 6 performances. From Wheels to Waves, Icy Wonderlands to Infinity and beyond. Some of your family's favorite Disney moments come to life in Disney on Ice. You'll see high-speed stunts with Lightning McQueen and the crew from Disney's Pixar Cars. You know, that's Larry, so we love always having anything to do with Larry come across. Dive into the adventure with Ariel and Disney's Little Mermaid as she explores the undersea kingdom. The toys are back in town with Buzz, Woody, Jessie, and the Pixar stars from Toy Story. And you'll also see Anna and Elise and Elsa from Frozen.
right.
So we know that's really huge. And so it's really nice to have all those different things together in one show. Everyone's going to see something they love. It's been quite a few years since we did Disney on Ice. This will be the second time. But we think we've kind of found a spot. We hope to make this a year-to-year event.
All right. Lots of people have had October 11th on their calendar for a long time. That's the big concert with Miranda Lambert and Maren Morris.
That's right, and having Miranda come back, she was here that first year. She was one of our first concerts. Great to have her back. She's a tremendous songwriter, a great country singer, really, really good performer. And having Maren Morris, who is like the top, hottest, new country female artist out there. We'll also have Pistol Annies and Tennille Towns. So it's a really great lineup of really awesome female singers. It'll be a wonderful night. She's doing not a huge tour, so we're very lucky to have her come to Lincoln, and it's always a fun time, and it's great country music.
All right. And then Guns N' Roses, October 15th.
So this is, such they don't tour that often, but it's really great to have them come. We've got, they're bringing their outrageously successful Not in This Lifetime tour back to the U.S. this fall. And for the first time in 2019, fans are hungry for more Guns N' Roses. The band revealed 8 new dates across the U.S., and we're one of them. So
That's
it was a
great.
really big deal to be able to pick that up. You'll be able to see your favorites, Axl, Slash, Duff. They reunited to get back and do this. You're going to hear all the songs. It's a long show. It is awesome. And I think there will be a quick opener, and then they'll dive in, and you might as well settle in for the rest of the night to be blown away by Guns N' Roses.
All right. And Tom, I understand you're already working on next year's Pinewood season.
We are. So we'll have an announcement here very soon, early in September, for our first show for next year already. We're getting way out ahead of it. We'll have a couple other shows that happen in the arena that'll get announced very soon in September. And we continue to work on that schedule for November, December, and the spring. We finally got our calendar from the Big Ten, so we can start to slot some shows in there during basketball season, and it's going to be a fun year.
All right. And lots of fun with basketball, too. Lots of excitement.
I can't wait for it. And the level of play will be excellent. And again, some of you guys know I'm a Cyclone graduate, so having Fred come here is a
yes.
big deal. So we're pretty happy with that.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much, Tom.
Diane, thank you.
And we'll look for more announcements in the near future.
They'll come up, and we'll keep Pinewood going, and you'll see that throughout the next several months, some Pinewood announcements.
And that is all for this month's edition of Out and About. If you missed any of the events, stay tuned. We'll have a list right after the show. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you out and about.